fight. With a heart full of passion, he's igniting the night. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. From the jazz in the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerard on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. In the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerard on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, tuning out, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. See, that guy, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I was about to say something.
So should I change this over to there?
Try to find that one.
It's
Should
only
be
two
right
that's
there.
over here. All them people was up in here. Y'all be letting it change. I'm like, what in the world? What in the world?
I think you need to put a memo out on that one.
Not me.
Keep changing the wires up and not putting
That'd
stuff
be
back
you.
right. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
So I got to talk to this mic today.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to.
Maybe I just changed it. Is this the what mic is that?
That's one.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Is that usually this one? Then I need to change these two wires up.
Then they're gonna get confused. They're gonna get confused. All right.
How's that?
Got a mic. Wait, hold up.
Oh Lord,
Switch it back. Cause now,
it's back.
wait, hold up. Let's see. Talk.
Hey folks,
Okay, there it is. Man,
that's your people.
ain't none of my people.
That's all your people.
Don't put that on me.
Nobody's people but yours.
Nope, you ain't putting that one on me, homie.
Yep, that's
Nope,
all your people.
not happening.
All your peoples. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing all right. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Because we got some stuff to talk about. It's supposed to be a new day.
Is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a new day. It's
Is
a
it?
new day in New Orleans.
Is it the dawning of the age of Aquarius?
You old. That's what that is.
Yep.
I just want you to know that's
proud of it.
That's all that is. That's the only thing I can call that. That's old.
Bro, they back.
What?
Fire trucks.
Are they?
Yeah. See, right there, he's at the foot of the bridge, stopping. What did you set on fire, bro?
It wasn't me. I just saw the smoke when I was coming up, and then the police for Xavier came up. And they blocked off the street for a minute, so nobody could go down the street.
Well,
and then the guy got out of the car and had the fire extinguisher.
As long as it's not our vehicles.
So is it a car?
I can't see. All I can see is the back of the fire truck.
So we can do a breaking news. The NOPD and no, not NOPD, NOFD. The NOFD on scene at Xavier University.
Man, I gotta find all of our hotkey stuff because it went bye-bye with the new system.
Oh Lord.
And it never got replaced. I gotta locate that stuff because I feel like playing the organ every once in a while.
What you do the weekend?
I DJ'd at the Blue Crab Saturday evening with Terrence and the Fortress Band.
How was it?
Well, it was rolling.
Yeah.
Even though that breeze coming off of that lake was something else.
Yeah, it's cold.
It was cold, but they have heaters up in the ceiling, so it was comfortable, and we had a good time out there.
A lot of people.
Yeah, good bit of people. Nice mixed crowd, which is what I like.
I actually went to I went to church on Sunday, but I actually went to Mississippi.
Spell it, not it.
IT.
No.
I actually went to Mississippi to the Hollywood Casino.
Oh, you went to the buffet, huh?
Yeah.
Can't even deny it.
And I think the worst part about it is I told you I'm back on the shots again.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And it's pretty bad when your eyes are bigger than your stomach. When you're paying that much money to eat. Good Lord.
Bro, I stopped going to buffets.
Well,
it's a waste of money for me.
Went and had, the food was good. So they had all you could eat crabs. Crab legs.
Oh, you and them damn crab legs.
So I know at some point in time that I'm be walking up in here and you gonna look at me and say, "You got the gout again." I was like, "Oh,
I don't think you want to go down that road again."
No, absolutely not. That is not anything that I want because it is not good.
Because you were more than hobbled.
I was.
You were jacked up.
Jacked up for a while too. So that's what I did the weekend. Went down there with one of my friends. And we had a good time. We did have a good time. And then you know how much I used to gamble.
Oh Lord.
I didn't. Not one bit.
What?
Not 1 cent.
You didn't gamble 1 cent.
Not 1 cent.
No blackjack.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a zero zilch. Because it was becoming a habit.
That's not good when it's a habit.
Yeah, it was becoming a habit.
It's quite
now,
costly.
don't get me wrong. I was doing well. But I don't want to be relying on it because at some point in time, you know it's going to get bad. So I said,
costly.
nope.
Very costly.
Mm-hmm. Did that. Then Sunday morning went to First Pilgrims and got my praise on. And then I said this week, which I'm letting everybody know now, I've decided that I'm going to also join in with the great folks over at the Bagnaris Law Firm and start doing a lot of work over there with Suzette and Emil because they need the help, number one. And then number two, it's interesting to me in this city that we say and talk about with culture that the majority of the folks that are interested in doing work or having some type of law case, they're going with these different law firms that got a whole bunch of men you don't know living in different places, Baton Rouge, Mississippi. They're not even from here. I think the only one that says they're from here is Juan LaFonta. So taking care of taking care of the culture of the city and what's happening with these law firms that ain't giving nothing back to the city. And you go to their offices, that TV advertising is working wonders for them because they are ending up with a bunch of us standing in there daggone lobby waiting to talk to them. I'm like, wow. So I said, I'm going to go over here with Suzette and do a whole bunch of work over there. And it has started. I'm letting everybody know now, it has started. So y'all need some legal work, especially with personal injury. You got a car accident. Y'all know how many car accidents we have a year?
A bunch.
It's like almost 13,000 car accidents. And that's not other car accidents like a big truck. It's like 13,000 car accidents per year in the city of New Orleans. That ain't including Jefferson Parish and all the other surrounding parishes. But I said, we're going to get them. Let's do some stuff here in this city. It's supposed to be a new day. Today was Inauguration Day. We can now say that we have, and don't have to call her mayor-elect anymore, Helena Moreno. All of the city council folks were sworn in as well. So we see, and supposed to be seeing, a new day. A new day. So, what did you think about the inauguration? I don't know about the pomp and circumstance stuff. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about what are your expectations for this new year. It's a new year. We're already going to have some challenges as far as what we see with the budget. But how do we get it and get it going? How do we get it and we get it going? What are you expecting from this new administration? What's your expectations? 504-582-9422. What are your expectations? I think that we got a couple of things that we're really checking for right now, but let's go ahead on and put some things on some folks' minds. And let's see what happens. Again, I wrote a little commentary. It's little, but I'm going to read it today. And let's see where we go. For Mayor Cantrell, thank you so much for your time and your energy and what you've done. Looks like you had some fun this weekend, too, with the second lines. But I have to put some things in perspective about this weekend with those second lines. Y'all, I'm sorry. The number of folks that were out there this weekend for them second lines was amazing. The number of police that were out there for this second line was something to be weary of. Why? Because they had so many fights and no police to break it up. It was very alarming. It was very alarming.
And no one's going to try to break them up because they're all worried about recording them.
They're all very worried about what?
They're all worried about recording them. They're not going to try to break the fights up. They just want to stand there and record and let people just swing.
They weren't there. They weren't there for that. Nothing. for nothing. So I was very distraught to know what we've come from to where we are with these second lines, because that could have been anybody that got hurt this weekend. And it's all over social media. So you can't say it didn't happen. It's all over. The fights as well as the good times.
That's why I don't go to them.
All right, we'll take the break here and we'll take your telephone calls. 504-582-9422. It's more coming up, y'all. It's Monday right here at WBOK.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM. Or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Ridiculous.
Bruh.
All right, folks.
When you work before someone, please put everything back like it was.
Thank you.
Your mama don't work here.
Your mama.
Yeah. Both of them.
All right. I'm getting back to what we see this weekend and what we see today. First of all, let me say congratulations to Mayor, I almost said Cantrell, Elena Moreno. Let me also say congratulations, and I hope everything is going to be honky-dory with the new attitude of the city council. Everybody got sworn in about 9 o'clock this morning. And I'm glad that we have expectations. But what are your expectations out of this new council? And it's interesting to me because I really want to ask everybody this. Because I thought it was interesting as I was listening to a lot of the commentary this morning. Everybody was saying the new city council, the new. I was like, Is this new to you? I mean, I know we got Matthew now. But this is just about we got and the young lady in District A for Jerusalem. So posing a question is going to be interesting to do. So my posing the question is, what's your expectations? Are your expectations any different from before? And if they are, what are they? I'm serious. What are they? I think the number one thing that, and I'll open up the telephone lines for that one, 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. I think your expectations have to be different. I hope they are. They have to be in a position of this administration, because I find it funny that we call it the new administration, because I want to know what's different that the folks that are being put in these different departments bring to the table. What's going to be different? What's going to be better? And that might be the word that we need to change. Not what's going to be different. What's going to be better. Different can mean better or worse. What do you mean? I'm serious. It could be better, but it could also be worse. I am really concerned about it going south. I'm really concerned. But why are you concerned, G? Because of some of the people that's being replaced. That's number one. But I'll say some of the people that's being replaced that they know their job. I'll put it to you this way. Miss Tara, that has been in housing for the city forever and a day. That lady know housing like the back of her hand. And it made me go, because they replaced her. But the way that it was done makes me nervous, Now, again, if y'all go back to Friday, I was one of the first ones to say, if I ran for the office and I had the opportunity to change some folks, I probably would, because I want my own regime. But when you got somebody like Tara, that lady know housing for the city like the back of her hand. And evidently, all the other mayors knew it, from Sidney Bartholomew, Mitch Landrieu, Ray Nagin, and Cantrell. So 4 out of 5 she's been working for, probably even more. And the way that it has come back to me is more alarming. That we want you to stay on. We're going to replace you, but we want you to stay on to train the person that's going to replace you. What? We want you to stay on because we want you to train the person that's going to replace you. This starts with oh hell and ends with now. I've been here long enough that I can retire. Now I can retire at the amount of money that I'm getting anyway. I don't need the headache. As Bishop Bullwinkle used to say, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. I want you to train the person that's going to replace you. So what is a good time because I do believe that we got to give I think we need to give this administration some time to get to rolling. Do you agree? Or should they hit the ground running and everything should change? Boom, 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 boom. So what did you see? And what are you hoping for? What's your dreams, ambitions for the city? Listen, it's important that we get involved. Because a lot of us are going to say, oh, they're going to do what they want to do. Yeah, we're going to say that. Oh, ain't no need for me to say nothing. Yep, we're going to say that. Oh, I tried already and it didn't work. We're going to say that too. But if we get up in here and she starts good work, I'm going to give it a credit. It's only right, right? I know some of you going like, what? What did he just say? Did he just say he gonna give her credit? I want to see some changes, y'all. I think there will be some more as far as folks that are running the offices. And I was right. I told y'all that I was going to get on here today and let everybody know that if it happened, I was going to be right. And I'm going to tell you that I was right. But I told you, with her being here, doing this book release and doing this book concert at Sanger Theater, I told you she's going to be here. I said, she's going to do the swearing in, talking about Kamala. And I said, Kamala going to do the swearing in, watch. And she did. Everybody was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. That's Kamala Harris. Yep. Surely was. But I thought it was interesting that the who's who was at the swearing in. I got to check my inbox or got to check my mail here. I'm still missing my invitation. So what do you think? Or do you think that nobody really cares? Because I thought it was really interesting that they only had several hundred folks. Not several thousand, but only a couple of hundred folks online watching. Were you surprised? I was. I thought everybody named Mama would be tuned in. And the guest list was interesting. So we have a new administration as of today. Like, Gerard, why do you think that there will be some more changes? I think that there will be some more changes because some things are just not being said. But what does that mean? I do believe that before her time is really up, that your police chief is going to stop and say, I've had enough. I'm out. And then we'll see the regime of Nick Gernon take over. It's going to be interesting. And I don't think that that's going to be a long period of time. I think she's staying here so that she can get her benefits, and then she gone. But she was there too today, and we shall see. So what do we expect now? And y'all mighty quiet on that one. What's your expectations? I can't believe y'all quiet. Let me give you mine. Maybe this will jumpstart some stuff. My expectations are to find out how much money is going into the city coffers that will keep us in a black instead of the red. And how do we keep that money there? My expectations are to look at the most hazardous streets in this city and put a plan together that the Department of Public Works, the Department of Transportation with the state, Entergy, Sewage and Water Board, whoever, got to work together and quickly to get this taken care of. Because some of these streets, they didn't just start crumbling. They've been crumbling. Y'all heard me say I went to Mississippi this weekend. And as I was coming back into the city, I was going over the high rise. When I came down the high rise, it made me really look around and say, what the heck? Because it's dark. The only thing that keeps it lit in that little crucial area are the headlights from people's cars. Why are we not fixing that and blaming everybody else? Energy, blame it on the city blame it on the energy. Okay, we regulate energy. At least have the audacity to fool some of these folks and put a meeting together from all the players. Everybody's name is being called. Senate representative. Energy, we need your representative. City, we need your representative. Anybody else? Sewage and Water Board, we need your representative. Sit down. Now, why are the lights out? Can they be fixed? What time frame? One of the best letters that has been written about this city was actually put together and I said, boy, he didn't already come in looking around talking. Matthew Willard wrote an article in Gambit. And what? In Gambit. He wrote an article in Gambit. And it said that the city of New Orleans needs an overhaul, a reboot. And I said, hallelujah. Somebody finally said it. We're going to read it. More coming up, folks. Everybody hold tight.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks
and Kimber White Dupree
from the Front Porch.
Some convos are too good to miss. Now you can pull up a chair to the Front Porch anytime.
Just search WBOK Media and subscribe to the Front Porch Podcast.
Download, share, and hit us with a 5-star rating because New Orleans culture deserves to be heard loud and clear.
WBOK, online at WBOK1230.com. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Bruh.
You stopped me for a promo?
I don't line them up.
It was just one.
Yeah, it was just that promo. And I'm like, I'm still on their edit and we're back. Bruh.
say something?
Huh?
You say something.
If I say so?
I said, did you say something?
Did I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Something. There it is.
Welcome back, folks.
How Bugs Bunny was saying? Was this trip really necessary?
But anyway, Bugs Bunny, I gotten to the point now, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I think folks today are listening, but I'm trying to figure out how they feel about what are they seeing? What are you seeing? How do you feel? Are you happy? Are you to the point where you're saying, about time we making a change? Because no matter how you feel about the former mayor, whether you're disappointed, whether you're feeling like there was nothing really done, y'all elected her. I mean, that's all you can say. Y'all elected her, right? I think that we have to learn from our mistakes. I really do. I think we have to learn from our mistakes. Everybody makes a mistake. There is not one. Shed.
Hey, man, speaking for myself, first of all, congratulations to all of the council folk, as well as to the mayor, the new mayor, Mayor Moreno. We need you to be successful. We need for you to care about all the 5 different districts, councilmatic districts. Personally, as a 53-year-old black man, today is a somber day to see that all that our ancestors fought for so that black people could run for political office. It's a little somber, not in reference to Ms. Moreno, but in reference to the lack of togetherness from black people. I know Mrs. Taylor, Mrs. Aretha Haley, Reverend Alexander, all of our elders in our family that fought for us to gain political power and clout. I know today is a sad day.
You think it's a sad day?
For me, spiritually, as a 53-year-old black man, native son of New Orleans, today is sad in terms of us not sticking together. Yes. Yes. Not in reference to Ms. Moreno, but us not sticking together to keep political power. And it may be a long time before we see another black mayor.
You think?
If it's all right to not support qualified black people that ran for mayor, why isn't it all right to support qualified non-black people for congressman of the 2nd district or any other position? And this is not me throwing shade. It's seemingly this is our new reality. So if we can do it for the mayor's office, what makes us think we're going to preserve any other office that a qualified black might be in or may run for?
Let me start with this, and you tell me what you think. I think first that there are some qualified folks out here that are African American based, and I don't know, but I'm feeling like a lot of folks read through the BS. So, I mean, think about somebody like Matthew Willard. You got that Willard name. That's number one. Number two, you got your whole family standing behind you. That was uh, um, one of the things I said. Oh, Matthew gonna come in and kick some ass. Third thing I think about it is, ain't it time though that we start looking at some of these races for the younger folks to come in? Because it's the same old folks that gets in these offices and think that they are, privileged to be in these seats. But somebody like a Matthew has the guidance. He can walk in the next room and ask his auntie. Don't forget that she was also, city council and a state representative. I'm talking about Cynthia Willard Lewis. And don't forget it is, you got another uncle that's a judge, a sitting judge. So I just think that we're in a position where young folks, if they're really interested in learning and really interested in being in charge, really doing something for their community, that we got to figure out, and I don't know how we do it yet. We got to figure out on how we get these folks to return back to the ballot box.
That's Gerard. That's interesting because today I did a post on my social media pages. After that big second line we had yesterday, there's nothing but trash. We know the city weighs the success of Mardi Gras in terms of tonnage for trash.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait until we can measure voter participation by how much trash is left at the voting polls.
Trash?
It's the analogy of how they
lead the signs and stuff.
The tonnage, they nevertheless, how can we spark voter participation?
Well, that's my question.
Right, and that was what I posted today. It's just, to me, because of who my grandfather was, because of Reverend Avery C. Alexander, it's like we are regressing instead of progressing. Yes, Matthew Willard is young, and he was able to get through. But I just don't. We shouldn't have lost the mayor's office. That's all.
I got you. All right, Sid.
Have a good one, man.
Appreciate you. All right, Ronnie.
Hey, Gerard.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, Gerard. I agree with the last brother's sentiment. I'm old school too, Gerard. I done got so old, man. I'm ashamed. No, I'm not ashamed. I'm 70 years old, and I know what he means, Gerard, because right now I'm fighting the city of Gretna. I'm standing up for my rights. They've been impeding upon our rights, man. I know you've been seeing on Facebook, and I done went down that rabbit hole myself. And the other day, man, I came face to face with the system. I made the prosecutor and the judge so mad, talking, asking them to show jurisdiction. And man, I am the jurisdiction in Gretna. Man, I'm telling you, this is an evil system we up against. But basically what the brother is saying, man, it's a sad day when you can see people like Cedric Richmond and Troy Carter and Jason Williams and a bunch of other ones that I can't name, man, stand up on the stage supporting a white woman over two qualified black men. When you look back at the suffering, the blood and sweat that black people, it took courage, man, because I backed down because I wasn't ready to go to jail the other day. But when I go back, Gerard, I hope to have my mind right, because, See, Gerard, like Gregory, I think it was Dick Gregory who said, once the universe picked you to put the glasses on, you can never take them off. And he said that way, and man, I know what he mean now. Gerard, once you know your rights, once you know somebody, man, it's hard to continue to let somebody step on your rights, man. At least for me, anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those ends, I'm one of them end type people that it's hard, man. And now that I know my rights, Gerard, I'm planning on standing up for my rights, man. And basically, what the brother is saying is that, man, we need to come together, man. How can it be that we think that, we the only people vote against our interests? Like I said, especially here in New Orleans. See, like y'all talk about that big section. Man, as long as these people in New Orleans can second line and got a parade to go to, man, they satisfied.
So something that Attorney Bagnaris was talking about the other day, and that was, and I always remember something. I really don't think that we got to reinvent the wheel to do this, but Turning Point, which is one of those organizations that was formed by Charlie Kirk, and we saw what he believed in and how he was going to put it together. So at that point, I was saying to myself, if he can do that, why can't we do something and make it positive for our black youth so that we can put something together?
That's right.
You know. All right, Ronnie, look, I got to take my break, brother. Got to do the news. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, man.
Talk to you in a minute.
Bye-bye.
All right, more coming up, y'all.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey are inflaming tensions after last week's deadly ICE shooting.
They've encouraged the kind of destruction and violence that we've seen in Minneapolis the last several days, and I would encourage them to grow up.
Her comments on CNN's State of the Union come as protests grow nationwide. Patriots star Stephon Diggs has had his assault arraignment moved to February 13th after the Super Bowl. The delay means he'll stay on the field for the playoffs as New England leads the AFC East. Charges stem from a dispute with his former private chef. And a resurfaced sermon by Black Bishop Yvette Flunder is trending online after she shared confronting a gospel singer over alleged misconduct. The clip has renewed calls for accountability while also sharing concerns about hypocrisy in church spaces. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Catch your breath, bro.
I made it back. I'm all right. I didn't want to leave this in my car.
Uh-huh.
And I did. But I was like, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm going to get it tomorrow. I'm going to the car. So
what is it again? Murphy's Law.
If it will happen, what's Murphy's
Whatever
Law?
happens is going to happen.
It's going to happen. Yeah. All right. T-Bone.
You was trying to run at 50 miles an hour and your body only went 5 miles per hour.
You might be right on that one. So I went out to the
your body said, hey, bro, slow down. Speed limit. You're too old for that.
No, my body was singing. My mind is My mind might be with me.
You thought you was a
but my
$6
body was
million
on the other
man
side of
for a
town,
minute.
boy.
But you was moving in stores, them motion captures with the old school $6 million man. What?
I'm glad you enthusing yourself, boy. I'm glad you're having so much fun. What's going on with you? All the phones lined up, so come on.
Not bad. I needed that laugh because, I know y'all got to cover it as a news outlet, as a media outlet. But I got to be honest with you. I could care less about the inauguration, the mask, the tons of pictures that's all over YouTube because she got in. All I care about is are they going to do their job once they get in? Because honestly, the past few years, the way they dragged the last mayor through the mud, and you know how you was talking about the scandalous stuff going on with the NOPD? That's all I ever heard. Every time they dragged her through the mud, is that Young and the Senseless music in the background. I don't care about people's personal business that's in office.
Mm-hmm.
What I care about is what are you going to do to better this city? What are you going to do to change the economics of the city? I'm tired of hearing about schools and seeing schools closed. The school right up the street from me that my oldest son went to, he used to be Crossing. It ends up being Esperanza. Now, he got a for sale sign up there. The school I went to used to be 31. Then it became Morris Jeff. Now it's some condominiums.
Wow.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We still had potholes in the city. And as much as people didn't like Aunt TT, under her administration, I saw more potholes get fixed than any other mayor, including the two L'Oreals. What are you going to do, Madam Mayor? See? Oh, City Council, let me not forget y'all. To see y'all got the seat, y'all done had the pomp and circumstance. I need y'all to get to work. And I need y'all to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are tired of hearing the same old. We tired of the drama.
So you think they're going to be able to work
together? We
together?
want less drama in the city. We want this city fixed.
Will they be able to work together? Will it stay like this?
I don't know.
Because I always think that there is there's always a point where everybody's singing Kumbaya. And let's get it done. Let's work. What was the theme for today? All in. Let's be all in and everybody in. And then it takes one incident that turns it around.
Moreno made it to mayor, so let me call out what I noticed on her campaign ads, in which it didn't really matter because she was running away with the lead for the race anyway. I told you that. She promised that she was going to put an annex for City Hall out in the east.
Yep.
She promised she was going to revitalize the east. OT went out there, God bless him, and had that seat and was trying to change things a bit. The East is horrible now. I am a 53-year-old man just like Shed. When I first got married, that's where I had moved to the East because it was like a suburb.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. You had shopping, you had entertainment, you had everything. But now, it looks like a dump. I'm sorry. There's areas that's so dilapidated, I wouldn't even get out of my car. I'm not bringing my kids out there and say, hey, this is where mom and dad started out. No. There's nowhere to shop out there. You got a Walmart, but that's it. You got to go all the way out in the sticks.
Mm.
There is nothing worth going there. And by the way, I still want to buy a house, but I wouldn't buy a house out there because of the crime situation. And I'm not trying to rag on where nobody live. No. I'm just one of those people that remember how the East was before Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
So, Madam Mayor, I'm charging you with keeping your promise. You in office now, congratulations. I'll be a good sport about it because I didn't vote for you. But I want to see you do your damn job.
Okay.
City council, all districts, I want to see you do your job. I don't want to hear any more Young and the Senseless bit. If I want to see Young and the Senseless, I'd sit up there, play around at work like some people do, wait for the Price is Right to go off, and watch Victor and Nikki old ass on TV.
Yes, indeed. All right, bro. We got everybody
All
hanging
right,
on.
y'all.
Let me get to him.
All right,
T-Bone.
real talk.
All right, brother.
All right, y'all.
All
Peace.
right. Joe Nathan.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, how you doing?
Oh, man, enjoying your conversations and enjoying the beautiful weather outside.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a honeymoon, possibly an extensive honeymoon, because of the fact that there are so many connections, as we've talked about ad nauseum about this council and this mayor. So you're going to see some things happen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see some things happen. And nobody's really talking about it, but she's getting some support from a lot of Republicans and a lot of conservatives.
Well, her husband's a Republican. Her husband's a Republican.
Okay. Right. So I don't know if anybody knows that or paying attention to that. Folks like Billy Nungesser,
yep,
and possibly even the governor are going to be supporters of her.
Did you watch the Did you watch the inauguration today?
I did not. No. I was at work.
One of the guest speakers was Steve Scalise.
Yeah. So she's going to get some support. It's kind of like, you remember when, Obama couldn't get much done because, you had the Congress that was always going against him. Okay. Yep. And now Donald Trump is in, and now the Congress is act like they scared to say anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be kind of the same thing. She's in now. They're going to sit back and they're going to watch, right? And they're going to support. I'm one of those believers. I'm from that old Paul Bouye school of thought. There's a shadow government that exists
right
in this city. I'm a true believer in that. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Okay? Things will get done when certain folks give the go-ahead for things to get done. Okay? Now, as far as what you were saying, how do we get young folks more motivated?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? How do we get young folks more involved? First of all, education. That's my background. That's my field. That's something that we have to do because it's amazing how misinformed our young folks are when it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not faulting them for that. I fault school systems. I fault parenting and the teaching of our kids. We feel that cell phones are more important. We feel that YouTube and TikTok and people keep talking about second line. The second lines have been around forever, but I'm just saying those are some of the things that our young folks are interested in now, and not just those of us who are responsible for teaching them. Young folks are going to have to start listening too. Our young folks are not really listening to us old heads like they probably should be. Okay, they don't feel we have the with it or the up-to-date knowledge on things. So they turn a deaf ear to a lot of stuff that we talk about. So it's going to be some creativity. It's going to take some effort on our part to pull them in and educate them. And it's going to take some effort on their part to be willing to sit and listen and learn. We've lost, as far as black political power in this city, we've been lost control of it. Okay?
Did we ever have it?
I don't think, like I said, man, there's a shadow government that exists in this town.
There's always
I'm
been
one
that
of those
shadow government.
I'm one of those people who don't believe that we've ever had total control and power. Now, we had fighters. We once upon a time had fighters that would fight for stuff when we go back in our history, but we don't really have fighters anymore like that. What we have a bunch of people who go along to get along, okay, to their own best interest. And people are interested in holding on political seats and not moving off those political seats and playing shell games with the communities that they come out of But at the end of the day, there is a shadow government that exists in this town. Now, like I said, there's going to be a honeymoon period. We're going to see some things happen. We're going to see some lights get fixed, which I can't understand why they haven't been. People always tell me, oh, that's DOT, what is DOTD issue?
Department of Transportation Development.
Man, I've traveled in many places in this country. The interstate system in this city is ridiculous.
Yep.
There's no way so many lights should be. Man, we have a lot of elevated portions of the I-10, right?
Yep.
Because of, how many potholes do you see on those elevated? It's scary to roll up on the interstate, man. You think, man, what a pothole doing on an elevated?
Yep. I mean, if you go across the elevated part right there, coming from Lakeview to get on I-10, potholes.
Yeah, no, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's elevated. We're not even talking about on the ground.
You will lose control of your car.
You'll lose control. And my fear is, they talk about the inspections of bridges that need to be done.
Right.
My fear is that something, a bunch of people going to be traveling across the interstate and it's going to cave in, So these are things. These taxes that we're paying, ridiculously high, okay, for what we're getting as far as city services are concerned, okay? And, somebody said something. This was around the time right after Katrina when they were trying to figure out how things were going to come back and get back together. You probably remember this. There was this term that was thrown, and I don't know who coined the phrase or who came up with it. Somebody was saying that we need to make New Orleans a boutique city, right?
Boutique?
A boutique city, smaller in size, they kind of compared it to places like Santa Fe, California, places like that, And I still believe there is a shadow government and there is a portion of the population that still believes that should be that way. Now, if you go to a format like that, that's going to eliminate New Orleans Saints. That's possibly going to definitely eliminate New Orleans Pelicans because if you're a small boutique city, you don't need a major league team here. You don't need major league teams here.
Right.
But it's a city that transactional business will be taking place. We have this port here that's going to be doing some things, which is doing anyway. The port is very viable. I don't know if people realize that or not. But like I said, man, there's a shadow government that exists. And we as black people sitting around talking about, well, this one turned his back, that one turned his back, and this one. We've lost that power so long ago, so it's not even funny.
Right.
But what we have to do is start galvanizing, understanding business, advertising. That's something else Paul Bouyer used to talk about, and I've heard you talk about it before. Advertising, not just taking you a tent and you a truck and a barbecue pit and getting out on the street. I mean, legitimately getting into business.
So I think though, and I'm gonna take up for the small businessman for just 1 minute.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Because I'm totally with you on this one, but there is another part of that advertising piece that I gotta say. For the young man, for the older man, woman, whoever owns that business and wants to advertise, we live in a medium small market, charging. Major market prices for advertising. We think that we are a big city because we want to be a big city, but we are really a small market city.
Small city.
And until they can understand that this is not a major market, we have not broken past the top 50 in a while.
Right.
If you start looking at marketplaces, we're usually like number 51, 52, somewhere in that area. And I think it's probably smaller now because we're losing so many people.
Right.
This is a medium to small market city, charging major market prices for advertising, for hotel rooms, for events. Yeah. And we don't even care.
Right.
And while we don't even care because what you got to understand, they getting rich. We're not. We want to go for the good time.
No profit sharing whatsoever. We're not receiving anything off of that.
Nope.
Mardi Gras. I mean, Hey, all of that stuff, man. That's not benefiting the community.
Well,
That's not benefiting us one way.
My question has been, with all these different things that might be geared to African Americans, how many folks can honestly say that after Essence, after a fairgrounds event where we look at Jazz Fest, we look at all these major market facilities that we have, all these people that's coming in to perform, how many of us can really say that we've seen anyone, an African American statue, get rich? Or at least say I made $1 million. How many businesses have we seen say I made $1 million?
Right. And until that happens, I'm not convinced that we've had any control whatsoever in quite some time.
Nope.
Okay? And another thing I'm going to throw out there, and I'm going to leave you with this, Matt. You probably know it better than me, and I need to research it. I've been thinking about this for a while. We keep saying, what we say our population is, about, 65 to 70% African-American?
Yeah.
I'm starting to question that, man. I'm starting to question that.
Yeah, the numbers going down.
I'm starting to question that.
The tax base here, the cost of taxes, the cost of home ownership, the cost of everything has gone up so bad that I think that the average medium market or small market person, meaning, well, you know what, not small market person, but medium-sized income, when the base here is $38,000 a year for a household, you're going to lose those folks that are your workers. Those are the folks that's doing the job. You're losing them to the outskirts and other states.
Exactly. I can't tell you how many people I personally know, and I know you know, who've left this place. Now they come back in the city and they party and they hang out.
It's becoming a great place It's becoming a great place to visit, but not a great place to live.
Not a place to live. Yep. Everybody comes back and hang out. Yep. You know, I got tons of friends. They're here every holiday.
Yep.
They're here for every function.
Yep.
But they go back to wherever they live. You know, a bunch of them have gone across the lake.
Yep.
A bunch of them have gone to Mississippi. A bunch of them have gone to Texas. Okay, so I got, I really got to research that. I got to see what the latest censuses are or what the numbers are.
We need to have that conversation. We do need to have that conversation.
Yeah.
But
yes, sir.
Joe Nathan, thank you, my friend.
All right, brother. You know I don't like getting into the heavy political stuff, man.
Really?
But every now and then.
You don't say.
But every now and then you spark my interest, man. So keep doing what you're doing, brother.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right.
Lee.
Hey, G. What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
Oh, just getting old, that's all.
I had lunch with my partner the other day, and somebody walked up to me and said, man, I know you from somewhere. I said, no, you don't. I ain't even from here. And I had a smile on my face. He said, where you from? I said, North Carolina. He said, what's your name? I said, Gerard. He said, oh, okay, I know who you are now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that was your son.
I've been knowing you a long time.
Yeah, that was your son. I was just pulling his coattail. How you been?
Oh, yeah. I've been okay. I've been in and out of the hospital the last couple of months with some serious problems, but I'll be fine.
Okay.
But a wise man once told me, follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
That was my dad, and it comes to pass. Who was the city is $221 million in the red.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in charge of the budget in the last administration?
Who's in charge of it?
Who was the chairman? Who was in charge? Who was the chairman? The chairman of the budget committee from City Council.
Jeruso.
The new CAO.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fox is guarding the hen house. And people have to understand that as much money that comes into this city that never gets proportionately distributed to the black businessmen, the black contractors, this is a crying shame, because we should be a very prosperous city. We should be a city that's sharing the wealth. But we have old people controlling this, old attitudes, old ways of thinking. that they're not going to get that. We don't deserve that. And, I'm hoping, which I'm not very optimistic, that this new person that's the mayor is going to, I think she's flim-flammed and put people in place where she can get hers too. And it's the old line of thought. I'm going to do this for my people, but we are not their people. We are the hired help. And the hired help doesn't make more than the boss. We have a system of haves and have-nots. And the haves will never give up their position. It has to be taken. And the only way it can be taken is through your vote. And we have not learned that after all these years, that we have to get out here and do that which is necessary to take that power or take those positions of authority from them.
But Lee, we didn't have to take no authority. We didn't have to take no position of power. We ain't had to take nothing. We ain't had to ask for
we never
nothing.
had it.
All we had to do is get out and vote.
Exactly. And voting is the thing that gets you this. You can't just walk in the city hall and say, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But people don't understand that you've got to get out there and grab the vote. And until you do that, you're fighting a helpless and hopeless cause.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I do believe this, and I hope that everybody understands what I'm saying. I think that the only person that I really see that's going to ignite young people and get them out there is Helena Moreno. Unless somebody shows me otherwise, a plan that I thought, and I'm just saying me particularly, I'm not saying this on behalf of anybody. I think Helena Moreno has that young look, and everybody that calls in and talk about it, they tell her that she returns telephone calls. She goes in the neighborhoods. But my question has been to everybody that has told me that, what has she done?
Exactly.
And why y'all think that just returning your telephone call is a major deal? Is it because nobody else will return your telephone call? What is it? So I'm not counting that out, because if that worked for her, it must have. She won with 50-some% of the vote that got her into the seat. But I am going to say this. Work has to be just that, work. If it ain't you doing it, if somebody's doing it on your behalf, I need to make sure that the people that I put in place know that this is not no promotion that you're going to get just by getting it. This is a promotion that you got because you got to do the work. That's
exactly.
it.
You've got.
This is not a political favor. Not a political favor, but time to get your feet wet and get your boots dirty. So.
Yeah, and that's just it. You got to put in the time.
Yep. There you go.
We're all destined to help one another. My biggest cry has been, or the mantra that I really like is, education is the way out of poverty. That's been said time and time again by countless number of people who are far greater than I am.
Yeah.
And they have to understand that you have to be educated. Education is our greatest challenge in this
we gonna see. We gonna see. All right, my friend.
All right.
I appreciate talking to you. I told your son, I said, tell him to call me. I guess he told you.
All right. Yeah.
Good talking to you, Lee. Hope you feel better too, man. Get well. Get well.
I will.
All right, bro.
I got some things to talk to you about.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right, y'all. More coming up.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. Offscript Media has its eyes on the future of content. It's a vertically integrated and creator-powered media and commerce company that views itself as a one-stop shop for someone making content. Datavio Samuels is CEO of Offscript, and he says the company is focused on content creators in social.
Yeah, look, I think that social is the number one platform that matters. It's where all of the world's attention is. So often you're finding these people because they are popping or doing something really incredible in social. But when it comes to how can you help monetize them, how can you build them, do they have real proof points that they can create long-form content that can sustain attention? YouTube is that space.
Offscript is charting new territory, taking the more traditional idea of an A&R at a record label and updating it for the digital age. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Let me be perfectly clear. The now deposed president of Venezuela is a brutal thug, but the recent actions of President Trump regarding Venezuela are not policy differences. They are something far more serious and dangerous, an open challenge to the basic principles of international law and national sovereignty. My friend Lieutenant General Russell Honoré said it bluntly, and he is right. Quote, "The notion that a foreign government can claim ownership of another country's resources is a violation of international law and sovereignty. Venezuela is a sovereign nation with the right to control its own resources and determine its own government. The idea that the United States can unilaterally decide to run the Venezuelan government is not only imperialistic, but a blatant disregard for the will of the Venezuelan people. That's not radical. That is Civics 101 on the world stage. But that apparently is of no concern to a President Trump who appears intoxicated by delusions of expansionism as he sets about attempting to coerce the entire Western Hemisphere via gunboat diplomacy. No nation, not ours, not any, has the moral or legal right to seize another country's resources or dictate its leadership because it finds the outcome convenient and financially profitable. That is the language of empire, not democracy. And make no mistake, you can condemn corruption in Venezuela. You can mourn the suffering of its people and still reject the idea that the United States gets to take control of another sovereign nation. Those two ideas are not in conflict. They are at the very heart of international law. History has taught us this lesson again and again. When we try to run other people's countries, we do not bring freedom. We bring resentment, chaos, instability, and endless consequences for too many years. Note, Afghanistan was not a generation, neither was Vietnam. Sovereignty is not for sale. It is not leased. It is not transferred to the highest bidder or the strongest military. It belongs to the people of that nation and only them. Respect for that principle is not weakness. It is the foundation of global order. That world order that is now under threat from the Trump administration. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Hoops, Heat, The Truth, On Demand. Ball Don't Lie is now live on all podcast platforms. Tap in, search WBOK Media, find Ball Don't Lie, and bring the fire with you wherever you go. Download, share, and leave that 5-star review, because the game doesn't stop when the show ends.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
My wife was frying okra. She's from Mississippi, so that's her favorite thing to do. She left the burner on high, and it didn't take long to ignite. So I ran to the stove, grabbed the pot, and that's when I got burned from a grease fire. And yes, the pain was, it was bad. Oh, Blue Cross treated me great with the recovery process. On the financial side, it would be expensive without Blue Cross. And that's what I was worrying about because I was out of work for 3 months. I'm Chad. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I had Blue Cross for 10 years. I don't eat fried okra. That's the funniest story.
Louisiana Blue. The right card, the right care.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Gerard Stevens. What ya? Galloway's on line 1. What's happening, Galloway?
What's going on, brother Gerard? How you feeling this fine Monday?
Oh, like a new spirit.
All right, then. It's Dr. King's week, man. So I'm going to try to be, this whole week, man. You know, his birthday is on the 15th, but we take from Monday to his
third Monday of the week.
celebration day.
Third Monday of the month of January. Yep.
Yes. We go 7 days, and we do a lot of volunteering. We do a lot of storytelling. We do a lot of community engagement, mainly focused on our youth.
Supposed to be a day of service.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly what we're doing. But, you know, hey, we got to get to it and get real. I said to myself, when I was getting on that plane this morning, because I was down in the city this past weekend, I took some people home to see the Sixth Ward in their element. And I must say, I was surprised, happy, sad, and shocked all in 1 hour. The sidewalk steppers put on a great second line, great ball. We had a great time. Mm-hmm. But that fighting, that was so unnecessary.
Yep.
Gerard, you had people my age out there fighting.
And where was the police?
Gerard, they was all at the all-in celebration. I believe those folks knew that they was not going to have the amount of police that they normally would have. Gerard, they was fighting on corner to corner. Fighting just everywhere. Yep. Girls, guys, it didn't matter. That was the embarrassing part. But everything else was just great. And I'm like,
why?
Why would you want to destroy a weekend?
And it was more women. And it was more women than men that was out there fighting.
Exactly. I just couldn't wrap my head around that. And when you want to intervene, you got to worry about the folks that's looking around with them cameras and with them guns in their waist. So do you really want to step in and catch one and take one for the team? For them to keep fighting and you in the morgue somewhere? So I was embarrassed by that, man.
Well, that's why I was asking why they would take Chad off of them cameras for the police department, because he knows what to look for. And he was the only one, and still is the only one that knows what to look for.
Yeah, I just didn't get that whole thing, man. But, you know, I said to myself, man, be a productive citizen. You can watch the inauguration of that woman. But when I seen Steve Scalise was going to speak there, I said, I can't do it. This man has quoted to say he is David Duke without the baggage. I don't care how you want to talk about working across the aisle, but when you work across the aisle and the aisle is Satan, what are you really gaining? Right. Your spot in hell. That's what you're gaining. So I don't want to hear about that working across the aisle and none of that stuff, man. So I don't. My expectations for her is I don't have any. Are we gonna see those 100 and some people working on those potholes tomorrow that she promised on day one? Heck no. I can tell you that now. So I don't really expect nothing from her. I hope this is a wake-up call. You know, folks say give Trump a chance. He going to do this and that. Look where we at now. 300,000 jobs less of black people. So when you want to give folks a chance and you know they have evil intentions, so what if she called and you call her and she answers? She ain't never answered one of my phone calls. Her people deleted me off every social media platform that they had. That's fine with me. I don't care, you know, but it's way bigger. And I'm glad folks was talking about shadow governments. When you start having these folks hanging around here, I do expect somebody to come in, some company, to put in some big investment. They want New Orleans to go back to pre-integration New Orleans. People don't want to believe when I say that. These folks have been looking to take over that city. Remember when I first started calling in, I started talking about the black cities, Atlanta, Charlotte, Jackson, Houston, how these folks have used, quote-unquote, white liberals to come in, run for mayor, promise you black people stuff, and we sit there and get just enough to vote for them, and everything is going to be all right. What this woman is going to do, she's not going to have no media backlash because the corporate media is already kissing her behind, and they're going to keep it like that. But what happens to that person that y'all talking about, that medium income black family that's getting priced out of their homes for his insurance, for his taxes? That is a big problem. Look, you brought it up last week, and I got somebody on it. Trust me, I got somebody on it for these contracts. Look at these contracts about to come up. There's a lot of contracts got to come up with this road repair and other stuff. Who's getting these contracts? How many black men and women are going to get these contracts? And I ain't talking about catering for an event. I'm talking about a contract for some concrete, a contract to build housing and stuff like that. That is a real serious issue. If we don't have an economic base in New Orleans, if this woman gets 8 years, we're going to really pretty much be up out of there. There's no split, it's no woe is me, no scariness, none of that stuff. It's the reality. I keep telling people, I watched it where I'm living at right now. 8 miles to 8 blocks. They will do it to you and smile and tell you we don't like Donald Trump while they move it into your neighborhood and call the police for barbecue smell. You know what I mean? You get ready for stuff like that to happen.
Yes,
but I'm going to leave you with this. You know when that woman walked into that cathedral on Sunday doing mass, she was dressed in all white?
Yep.
You know, the priest looked up. You know what he said?
What was that?
Ooh, that's a nice-looking altar boy. Galloway up out of here.
I'm going to let you go on that one for real. Good boy. Goodbye. Oh, Lord. Don.
Hey, Gerard.
Galloway something, ain't it?
Yeah, Galloway was all right till that last comment. I thought he was on point, you know, about the shadow government and the things that people have been talking about, man. You know, how good is this mayor going to be with all of the things that have to be done, and how is she going to get any help other than from Republican-based people that are looking at getting an interest, you know, in our city? And it's just going to be awful to see what happens. But, Gerard, I had some numbers for you. from the 2020 census, New Orleans, right now, supposedly, and I guess that's because we've been losing people, for so long. Right now, Orleans Parish is supposed to have a 54% black population.
Mm-hmm. That means it's going down.
31 and a half white population, and the rest of the 15% or so, non-whites or blacks, I guess Hispanics, Orientals, whatever.
Other
would make
There's
up
other.
15%. You're right, the other. So based on that, we look at what happened, in the election. If you only got 25%, blacks going out to vote, of course she's going to end up winning the election when, most of the other bases are voting for her. So that definitely, you can see that being the case, especially if most of the 31%, of the Caucasians go out and vote for her. So, it was easy to see, why, especially if a lot of the 25% blacks ended up voting for her also.
Mm-hmm.
So that's easy to see why she won, without having a runoff. But, I'm in agreement with a lot of people here, that our shadow government's really going to take hold, I think, this time that she's in office. And we're going to see a lot of things possibly done, but we're going to have a lot of things happen that's going to cause, black folks to continue to be forced out, because of not being able to afford, being here in the city. And that's just a shame that, our culture's been, walked on for so long, and at one end, that's what's happening. But on the other end, they're praising, the black culture in the city and all of that. And I guess as long as, we keep our place, as one of the other callers mentioned, that we can, stay back and be the one on the bottom of the totem pole as far as getting anything. As long as we stay in that subservient position, everything's going to be all right as far as they're concerned. And I would not be surprised if we go back to the, pre-Katrina situation with the city, where the shadow government has control of all of the things that are going on, even though we think that we are actually in control. So it's just,
I agree with you pretty much, and I do believe. Now, let me kind of put something in perspective here. I hope she does succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem that I have with that, which honestly is a little selfish, and I'll say that.
Okay.
It is the fact that if she succeeds and this is her first time around,
mm-hmm.
how come the people that were there before her struggle so much? Because they didn't have the same folks that had money, and we didn't have the Republican base to come out. Why is the Republican base so interested in being a part of it now? Why not before?
Yeah, for the last 40 years.
Right. Why not before? I mean, it just looks suspicious, even though it may not be. But
mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to ask that question.
We may start seeing big developments and big money coming in, and now we got this legislative order. We got a city council that's going to be holding hands and singing Kumbaya. Why not? So you're telling me that at least the last 8 years, the reason why none of this could happen was because of one person, one woman, the mayor?
Yeah, it makes it seem as though the mayor is the one that's caused all the problems and all that. She's part of it, but, we had that same city council in place.
Right.
And they had a lot to do with what was going on because they were overseeing all the things that were going on.
Yep.
So how can, you just blame the mayor and not take a lot of the blame on your own? And, I go back to what Mr. Galvin said. Man, what happened to, they still need to find out what happened to all this money that came into our town after Katrina.
Billions.
The billions of dollars that we could have used to, take care of our infrastructure and different things that we're suffering with now.
Right.
What happened to the money?
Right.
And it just disappeared. Somewhere it had to go.
We not only had to rebuild a city that didn't get rebuilt. we also have to look at now rebuilding our credibility, because the credibility of this city ain't necessarily just the person. Credibility of the city could be your credit rating, and we were downgraded.
Absolutely. Yeah. And how do we fix that? How
It's
do
gonna
we,
take
like
time.
you see, with all the money coming into the city,
Right.
how do we get to a point where we're going to be able to get enough of this money and do the things we need to do without us going back to the state for more money at the end of the year?
Well, I hope that's not the case. I'm hoping that people will also look at this and say, it's time to get busy and do the work. And let's see, will they?
Like I said, we'll see in the first 6 months of her, being in office. Hopefully we'll see a whole lot that we can talk about down the line.
Right. We'll see.
Okay, Gerard. Thanks.
All
man.
right,
I appreciate
Don.
it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy.
All right, more coming up in a minute, y'all. We got to take our break here. We'll take our break, and we'll come back. More coming up, y'all, right here on WBOK.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris.
The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation.
The voice you hear is Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell making a statement responding after federal prosecutors opened a criminal investigation into the sitting chair. Powell is now facing a Justice Department probe tied to his June testimony before Congress about a $2.5 billion renovation on the Fed's Washington headquarters. He directly linked the probe pressure from President Donald Trump, who has spent more than a year publicly attacking Powell for refusing to cut interest rates to his liking and has repeatedly questioned the Fed's independence. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the Front Porch, y'all. You know how we do. Every Monday is Moving Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
From Gentilly to New Orleans East, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Kevin. Kevin?
Hey, man, I sure hope you can put me back in the queue. I stepped up. I got myself involved with something I thought I had time. Can you put me back in the queue?
Wait a minute, what?
Can you put me back in the queue?
In the queue? No, you on the air.
Yeah, could you put somebody else in front of me right now?
Yep, you were the last call.
Okay, well, look, I just want to say, look, we got power only competes to demand, right? So when we keep talking about voting and all that stuff, but the bottom line is this: if no one helps you like you, right? So we know our history. So we have to open a book. We got to open a book and pick a priority, and don't wait. You don't wait for a politician. And quit talking about. We need to quit talking about our the deficiencies in society, and realize. And quit talking about pimping our children and hoping we can convince pimping other people to do a job that only we can do. Open the book Take a priority, get with your friends, and build something. You want to motivate somebody? Motivate yourself, okay? Build something. And look, once you build something, then you got some other people to people can see what you've done, and then you can't teach what you haven't done yourself. Okay? So our problem is we keep waiting and talking about who didn't do this or who didn't do that. Which is true. All this is true we talk about. But the bottom line is it's gonna always be true. The only thing that's not true is us to ourselves. We're not true to do the work to beat what we want to see. And it's all about economics. Once we look, economics is the lifeblood of everything else we want to do in society. I'm not here to tell anybody what they should do. I'm just telling you how to do it.
Okay.
Pick it, commit to it, get a friend, and then when you talk about advertising, advertise what you have actually done. Something that you can actually teach people because you've actually done it.
All right, got it.
And that's it.
All right, Kev. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right. As I get ready to go today, I said I went outside and I left it in my car. I said, let me get it, because I said, this is the day. This is the day. Today is supposed to be a day of transformable day for the city of New Orleans. A new administration that ain't so new. A day that many are looking for a new direction, a direction that will be crucial for economic growth. We will see if the response will be geared to the well-off, the political parties, or everyone. It is going to be interesting to see the talking heads and how they get quiet, not evaluating political or governmental moves. Will the people be tired of broken promises and demand timelines for action needed? I do believe a change for the better is needed. But getting caught up in the political games takes you right back down the rabbit hole. The time we come for all the gamesmanship is here for it to disappear. And make your constituents proud. A lot is riding on this administration. This could be our make it or break it moment, because we are very close to the latter. The word transparent has been used a whole lot in this electoral process. My expectations are to understand the translation of this transformation. I know we have to give her, meaning Helena Moreno and the remainder of the city council, time to put things in place for them to work. But the main word in this whole scenario is work. Make it work. Do the work. Find the people that can help you work, but get the work done. That's it. I appreciate y'all very much for being part of the show on today. We'll get back at you on tomorrow. Y'all have a great... I'm sorry, Dr. Shepherd, her baby boy not feeling good today. That's why she's not here. So I didn't say that earlier. So we hope that he gets better. All right. We'll see you on tomorrow. Be good. Be good. And make sure you join us. And tell somebody to join us, too, on tomorrow, 4 p.m.